What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to Hanging with T. I'm T, motorcycle riding, coffee drinking, bourbon appreciating wannabe prepper. And I've learned a few things in life, usually the hard way. This channel is about real life, real talk, and lessons learned the hard way. Let's get into it.
Starting over at 60? Sounds like a good idea. But there are some mistakes that can keep you stuck before you ever really get going. And I've made some of these myself. So in this video, I want to share 6 mistakes you want to avoid so you can actually move forward and not just think about it. Let's get at it. The first mistake is waiting until everything is perfect before you start. You think, I need a better idea. I need more money. I need more time. I need to learn more first. So you wait, and it feels like you're doing something productive. You're thinking, planning, researching, trying to figure everything out before you begin. But in reality, you're not moving forward. You're just staying busy. I've done this myself, telling myself, once I figure this out, then I'll start. But the truth is, that perfect moment, it never shows up. There's always something else to learn, something else to fix, something else that doesn't feel ready. And before you know it, weeks go by, months go by, and nothing has changed. You haven't started. And here's the shift. You don't figure it out before you start. You figure it out as you go. That's how it works. You take one step, then another, and things start to become clearer. So instead of asking yourself, am I ready? Start asking, am I willing to start? Because starting messy is better than not starting at all. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to begin. Mistake number 2, thinking it's too late. This one hits hard. A lot of people think it's too late to start something new. And I remember thinking that myself. I'm too old. I'm 60. I should be thinking about retirement, not starting over. And that thought will stop you before you even begin. But let me ask you this. What's the alternative? Do nothing for the next 20 or 30 years? Just sit back and let time pass? Because the truth is, it's not too late. People are starting over in their 60s, 70s, even 80s and succeeding. Take Colonel Sanders. He didn't start KSC until his 60s. Imagine if he had said it's too late. Everything that came after that would have never happened. So it's not about your age. It's about your mindset. Your experience isn't holding you back. It's actually your biggest advantage. You've lived life. You've learned lessons. You've built skills. You're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. So instead of saying, is it too late? Start asking, what can I do next? Because it's not too late. You might actually be right on time. Mistake number 3, trying to do it alone. One mistake I made, and this one wasn't easy for me, was trying to do everything on my own. I'm more of an introvert, so reaching out, asking for help, or even talking about what I was trying to do, that didn't come naturally. And maybe you're the same way. You like to figure things out yourself. You don't want to bother anyone. You think, I've got this. But here's what I've learned. Trying to do it all alone makes it harder and slower. You get stuck longer. You second guess yourself more, and sometimes you don't move at all. But when you talk through it with your spouse, a friend, or even someone who's already done it, a mentor, everything starts to become clearer. You get new ideas, you get encouragement, and sometimes you just need someone to say, you're on the right track. You don't need a big group. You just need the right person or even one conversation, because doing it alone might feel easier at first, but it makes the journey harder. You don't have to do this alone, and honestly, you're not meant to. Mistake number 4, overthinking everything. This one can really hold you back. You start thinking about all the possibilities, all the things that could go wrong, all the decisions you have to make. And before you know it, you're stuck. You haven't started, you haven't moved forward. You're just thinking. I've done this one more times than I can count. You want to make the right decision, so you keep analyzing, trying to figure out every detail before you begin. But here's the problem. Too much thinking turns into no action, and no action means no progress. At some point, you have to stop thinking and start doing, because clarity doesn't come from thinking, it comes from taking action. You make a move, you learn something, you adjust, and then you move again. That's how progress actually works. So instead of asking, what's the perfect decision? Start asking, what's the next step I can take? Because you don't need to figure everything out. You just need to move. Mistake number 5, comparing yourself to others. This one hit me hard, especially starting on YouTube. I would watch other videos and everything looked so polished. The editing was better, the sound was better, the lighting, the confidence, everything just looked better. And I'd start thinking, I can't do that. I'm not at that level. And it can make you feel like you shouldn't even try. I've done this myself, comparing what I can do to what someone else is already doing. But here's what I had to remind myself. They didn't start that way. Those videos you're watching, they've been doing those for months, maybe even years, learning, improving, getting better over time. You're not seeing their beginning, you're seeing their middle. My first video, I got almost no views, and it's easy to look at that and feel discouraged. But that's where everyone starts. Nobody begins polished. Nobody starts perfect. So if you compare your beginning to someone else's middle, you're always going to feel behind. The goal isn't to be better than them. The goal is to be better than you were yesterday. So stop comparing and start improving, because that's how progress really works. Mistake number 6, giving up too soon. This one might be the hardest one. You start something new, you're excited, but then it doesn't go the way you expected. It's slower than you thought, harder than you thought, and results don't come right away. And that's when most people quit. I felt it too, especially when that first video got almost no views. You start wondering, is this even worth it? And that's the moment most people stop. But here's what I've learned. Anything worth doing takes time. The beginning is slow, sometimes really slow. You're learning new skills, figuring things out, building confidence, and just getting comfortable with doing something new. And all of that takes time. The people you see succeeding, they didn't quit when it was quiet, when no one was watching, when it felt like nothing was working. They kept going, because success doesn't show up when you expect it. It shows up after you've stuck with it longer than most people would. If you quit too soon, you never give yourself the chance to see what could happen. Most people don't fail. They just stop too early. So instead of asking, is this working yet? Start asking, am I giving this enough time to work? And just keep going. Starting over after 60 isn't about having everything figured out. It's about taking that first step and then the next one. You're going to make mistakes. That's part of it. But if you can avoid these, you give yourself a real chance to move forward. So don't wait. Don't overthink it. Just start. And if this helped you, stick around. We're just getting started.
I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time on Hanging with T. Please like, share, and drop a comment. Costs you nothing, but means everything to me and helps the channel grow. See ya.